It's Wednesday, October the 25th, and you're tuned in to the TNIAB podcast. I'm Vince.
I'm Anthony.
And this is the Geek Chic Culture Show, where we talk about all the cool things in the whole wide world. But not too many cool things this week.
Yeah, it's kind of
I have to say, we didn't do much. Well, you did stuff.
I did stuff.
I mean, I did stuff, but together we did not do stuff.
We did not do stuff together, that is true.
In that, there's nothing to review. That's what I'm getting at. You guys fucking sick thoughts out there.
Yeah, it's very roundabout. But yeah,
Jeez.
you guys keep your minds out of the gutter, you guys.
My
It's
God. Yeah. Let's just, how's life, Anthony?
It's pretty good.
Yeah? You think so?
Let's get talking in this high-pitched voice.
Oh.
No,
that's
I
a sign of confidence.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
It's aight.
Yeah. I feel like every week always make some sort of like bullshit comment on the weather.
Yeah, but weather's been crazy weird recently.
Yeah.
It's like, oh hey, look, it's October, 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Like what?
And then it's like now we're in like torrential downpour.
Yeah, we're in torrential downpour, but we're also in like it's prime
It's like
fall
15,
weather.
15,
We're getting
yeah.
there. It's gonna be like 0 to the negatives tonight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good stuff.
It's strange. I can't say I'm mad at it for being so warm still.
I can.
I don't know. It's October. I remember Halloween's as a kid where it was snowing and I was wearing like not much because of I want people to see my costume, and what a sufferfest that was.
Made you into who you are today.
Sure.
Yeah. So by the next time this rolls around, it's Halloween.
Day after.
They will have been passed.
Yeah.
And we're talking about what we want to do.
Oh yes.
2 kids on Halloween.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I said I want to be that house that that gives out full-size candy bars.
For sure.
That's like the legend house.
Yeah.
But we came up with some ideas.
Oh, we did. Totally.
My favorite one was having a bowl full of candy.
Yeah.
But not actually giving out the candy. When you give out the candy, you dig your hand in the bowl.
Yeah.
And you pull out a can of salmon.
Yeah.
And then you put the can of salmon in their bag, and you're like, trick or treat.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, for sure. I want to be that guy who hands out cans of Spam, chunky chicken noodle soup,
What I was saying is that you should trick them.
Yeah.
You should give out full-size candy bars with $20 bills wrapped.
Yeah.
But only for 1 year.
I want to do that, but I need that career.
Yeah, you need the career first.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you do that, but only for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, the house of legend will be yours. And it'll be like, this guy gives out full-size candy bars. But sometimes he gives out prunes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a toss-up. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But then you just never do that again. You just only exclusively put out prunes.
Actually, it would be really cool if, because Uber Eats is a thing now here.
True.
If I could give out McDonald's Happy Meals.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
That'd be really weird. Sealed bags of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think parents would let their kids
No, so the other thing I was thinking about is could I just drop 2-liter pops in kids' bags?
Yes.
That would be cool, right? Wouldn't you? When I was a kid, when you got the can of pop halfway through your run, you're like, ooh, refreshments. But imagine you got 2 liters.
That'd be torture. You have to carry that around. Yeah.
That's a curse and a blessing.
Oh, what else could it's just throw money in a bag. That'd be pretty cool. I've been that guy who's just I don't know, my friends talk about it sometimes, but I did it where you just dump a whole bowl of candy in some kid's bag and just make their day.
I want to do that, but I want him to be with his group of friends, but they're the brave one. They go up first.
Yeah.
And they're well, you win.
You win the lottery.
Yeah. And then the friends are just oh, damn it.
Oh, man. That'd be good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good, troll trick-or-treating you can do. Let's give him a pencil.
Oh, school supplies.
Yeah, give him a protractor.
Oh, here's an eraser.
Yeah, here's a compass.
Oh, no, that's a sharp end. You can't do that one.
Okay, fine. An actual compass.
Yeah. Oh, God. A ruler, but the useless ones, the 10-centimeter
one.
one.
Get remember those giant, they're the big erasers. They were huge, but they just erase like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, get just a bunch of those.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Post-it notes.
Office supplies.
Man, let me tell you, I got a ton of post-it. You know what else? No, better than post-it notes? The sign here stickers.
Oh, those are good.
You know when you put those on the contracts?
Yeah. Those are good.
What kid's gonna find use out of that?
No kid. Oh, it's gonna be great. Except for the one kid who's finally, I can make my friends sign all these friendship agreements. Yay.
Oh my God. Oh fuck! I need to go or make an order at work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I gotta buy some of that shit.
Same.
That'd be great.
I need to go buy some cans of tuna.
No. Well, I hope you guys have a happy Halloween out there.
Yeah, I hope you don't come to our house because
Yeah.
we're gonna give out garbage.
Yeah. Although if you are young enough to be trick or treating, I mean, what are you doing listening to this podcast?
Yeah,
And if you're old enough but you're still going trick or treating, what are you doing with
what are
your
you
life?
doing with your life? Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
You should be.
If you have kids, fine.
Yeah, fine. That's the only exception.
Yeah, that's the only excuse.
But like, if you're old enough to know that it's bad, like, do something else this year. Come on. Go get drunk, find some hot girls, and have a good time.
Or hot guys.
Or hot guys.
Maybe you're after that D. You know, that date. Maybe after that double D. You know, that dinner date.
Yeah, man.
You're trying to get that double D. You know,
the big double D.
That big double D. The big dinner date.
Damn, that's one way of putting it.
If you're feeling adventurous, the triple D.
The triple D.
What's
the third D, my friend?
The delightful dinner date.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah.
Also, if you went out to the grocery store to... Oh, wait, no, I'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, this week, nothing on the schedule for review.
No.
But speaking of going to random people's houses and trying to get them to open their doors, I got a good story.
What? I don't even know what to expect from this story.
What? What are you talking about?
All right, continue.
What? What about what I said?
I don't know if someone came to your house and tried to get you to open the door. Wait, no, I remember what it is. I remember what it is. No, I remember what it is now.
And?
All right, continue.
Amazon is trying a new pilot program called Amazon Key.
All right, continue, Vince.
Now, I'll tell you what you do. You buy the Amazon Key starter package. The package includes a camera.
Yes.
And a specialized smart lock for your front door.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is you set up the smart lock and you point the camera at it. And then from there, you can control the lock and open, basically the security of your house.
And who lets, yeah.
And ideally what they would like is for people who are uncomfortable leaving Amazon packages outside, totally visible to the general public.
Yeah.
You can unlock the door and let the courier come in.
Into your home.
Mm-hmm.
While you're not home.
Oh, yeah, but there's a camera, so you can see the delivery happen.
That's so creepy.
Or if you want to take it one step further and you're in a little bit of a pinch, and maybe, today you're going to be working late at the office and you just can't get home to clean up, you can call a whole cleaning service to come to your house. You can unlock the door remotely, let them in, and then they do their job and get out.
Yeah, that's no.
The future.
No, this is the level of future where I'm like, I can't tell if I am now old.
No, this is weird.
Or if it's weird.
This is very weird.
Like, this is some next level trust. Like, in a world where people don't even trust other people with their cell phone password. Like, I'm going to let you in to my personal space.
Yeah.
The place where personal things happen.
Yeah.
Amazon is asking a lot.
Yeah. Their vision is like this total utopia that
no one is stealing anything.
Yeah, that like just doesn't exist anywhere on this world, let alone America.
Let alone America.
So I don't know how they like who read this and thought, yes,
this is great.
Show me all the boxes. I will check them for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do I sign here? Here? Okay.
Yeah, and even the examples they were using made this person seem like the laziest, worst person in the world.
Yeah.
Like, basically the advertisement, are you a walking piece of garbage? Do you not remember important dates for your family?
Yeah.
Are you just a goddamn slob and can't bother to pick up a single piece of garbage in your house?
Yeah.
Well, check this out. Hire a cleaning service and don't even be at home. Like,
yeah.
That was basically the advertisement. The advertisement is that this girl is a human piece of garbage.
Yeah.
And she just sucks at everything. How she has a job, I don't know.
Yeah, how she has this upscale job
that can afford all this.
I don't know how she does it.
I don't know how she does it because she seems like the most unorganized person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Amazon Key. I don't trust it.
It's weird.
It's really weird. Like, if any of you guys would actually trust that, like, I don't know, like, I'd like to hear that side of it.
I think I would trust this in a scenario where I was amazingly successful and I had an office in the city
Mhm.
that I only ever used on nights where like, oh, I got like, sorry, I got to stay at the office tonight and I'm going to sleep here. And like, it wasn't even anything. It was just like a room I had.
Yeah.
But
There's
even
nothing
that,
important.
yeah, but even that's kind of weird just
Yeah.
to have, right?
Like, and also, like, the camera, it's not, like, wide angle. You're not having multiple cameras. It's
Mhm.
one camera pointed at a door.
Mhm.
Who's stopping someone from going behind that camera and, like, busting a nut on your keyboard?
Oh no.
Or, like,
Oh.
under your carpet, and it's just there, and you don't know.
I'm sure there's some sort of compliance guidelines and rules for on the deliverer's behalf, but still, it's
On the
weird.
deliverer, maybe. But what about that cleaning service? What if they leave a little dirty surprise?
Well, I don't know. I guess you can't really be too sure about anything. Damn.
Where is someone gonna bust a nut in my house, Vince? Is it gonna be in my vase?
No.
Is it gonna be in where? Where's it gonna, under the sink?
No. In your pillowcase.
In the pillowcase? Oh no! No! Oh, gross.
They're gonna cut a hole into your pillow right
and then
the
just
down
right
feathers.
inside, and you sleep on
Yeah.
it. Oh,
You'd be like, what is this hard lump in my
Oh,
pillow?
why does it smell?
Oh, well, I don't know.
What's this asparagus smell
Oh, gross.
happening?
Ugh.
Why does my pillow smell like asparagus?
Okay, well, that's enough about Amazon Key.
Yeah, Amazon Key's gone too far.
The world is...
Amazon is trying to jizz in your pillows. That's basically what I've learned from this.
You're paying Amazon to let others jizz in your pillows. Okay, got it. Sweet. Let's go on with some more bad news.
All right.
Yo, Lego Dimensions.
What about it? The hot new toys to life?
Well, to be fair, they were the last big player to enter the Toys to Life scene.
Yeah.
And the one that everyone thought would be the most successful because, hey, they
It's
make
Lego.
toys. Guess what?
Uh-uh.
No, they can survive. Lego Dimensions is officially dead.
So is it only Skylanders in it now?
I think so. But even Skylanders is they've done stuff to move it away from just buying a figure to put on a
because
pedestal,
they have that
right?
new Swap Force thing.
Yeah.
I think they're bringing a new one out on the Switch. I don't remember.
I don't know.
The last one I remember is the Swap Force.
Okay.
Right? But, man, remember Toys to Life?
Yeah, there was a... It's sad to say that Toys to Life have gone the way of rhythm games.
Hey.
Where they were like the hottest shit for...
Rhythm games are still hot.
Sure, buddy. Sure. Says my my freezing drum set in my garage.
Those Hatsune Miku games still come out.
Damn. No, man. You know what killed rhythm games?
Too many plastic instruments.
No.
What?
Mobile games.
True.
Mobile games killed the rhythm game.
I can play Piano Tiles. That's a rhythm game.
I mean, yeah, but it's not the one that you...
It's not the one I want.
Yeah.
It's not the Rappin' Frog game.
Uh-huh. But anyway, so Lego Dimensions is dead. Nothing much to say, but if you wanted these Lego... Because they made some cool Lego sets exclusively for Dimensions.
They on clearance.
Yeah, for sure. Like, they made some wicked, like, Back to the Future stuff. I think Dimensions was the series from Lego where they were just allowed to go for any license they wanted. Yep. And I'm going to buy that Portal set.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? It came with a turret and the portal gun and, what's her name, Chell?
Yes.
Chell? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to buy that.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. Done. That's my picks.
Okay, well, I just got one.
Uh-oh.
It's a new
Spaghetti-O.
New Dragon Ball Z Fighters characters came out.
Yeah.
It's Nappa and Captain Ginyu. And also Cell.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was Famitsu. Famitsu came out and they're like, hey, check these out. And yeah, it's Nappa and Captain Ginyu.
Cool.
And then also they released a new trailer for Cell. Cell was obvious.
Yeah.
Nappa was less obvious.
Yeah.
Captain Ginyu I did not see coming.
Is it just Captain Ginyu?
I think it's just Captain Ginyu.
Like he's not an Android 18 situation where he calls out the other 4 Ginyu Force?
Maybe in a special. From what I haven't seen a video on it yet, but from what I've been trying to read on the internet is that it seems like it's just Captain Ginyu, and there might be a thing of where like you summon the Ginyu Force.
Because I mean, like you can't have Captain Ginyu and then not have the Force and then do the pose.
Yeah, they have to, and especially with all the references this game is shoving in. Like they're probably gonna. But what I truly want. Is that when it's Nappa versus Tien?
Yeah. Oh.
I want a Chaozu special where
Oh,
Chaozu sacrifices himself and
yeah.
it does 0 damage.
Whoa. It should be a Nappa special though,
Yeah.
right?
No, it should do 1 damage.
Okay, yeah.
So if you do 1 damage and Nappa has 1 health left, then
Yeah.
it actually kills him. And it's like
Oh,
alternate reality.
damn.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool handicap.
That would be cool.
Yeah, okay. I'm into that. Neat.
But that's about it. I don't know. There's nothing. There's some stuff that was going on with NeoGaf
Oh yeah.
that I don't really want to talk about.
Do you want to talk about Visceral Games closing?
Visceral Game, like man, fucking EA is the Grim Reaper.
Mm.
Hot damn.
Mm.
One of my favorite new memes is showing a picture. It's a 9x9 grid of pictures, or sorry, a 3x3 grid of pictures for 9 pictures, and it's like, thank you for something, not you in the middle,
Yeah.
and then everything else.
Yeah.
So the one was thank you for making not you single player games, right? And it just showed a bunch of, and then EA's in the middle, like not you. So yeah, with the advent of EA trying to move over along with Square Enix to games as a platform, and ditching the ways of multiplayer games, seemingly focused on multiplayer experiences.
Yeah.
They have shut down Visceral Games.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's only crazy because this was supposed to be the studio that would finally make the Star Wars game everybody wanted. It had Amy Hennig from the Uncharted trilogy, the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And it was the team who I guess basically did what made Dead Space so pretty fun.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a winning combination, and it seemed like a project they were working on forever.
Yep. And to be fair, like Dead Space is a good series.
Yeah.
It might have gotten more actiony and kind of got away from horror near the end, but so did like Resident Evil and stuff, right? But that first Resident Evil or that first Dead Space game, like hot damn, that's a good game. The way they use it's not decapitation, but dismemberment to your advantage, and how like enemies, like even though you'll chop off an arm, they'll just come at you. Like that's a scary ass game. That's really good.
It was.
It's really sad to see that studio go.
Yeah. The end of that game was hard.
The end of that game was hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, Visceral made some good shit, and I would have been really interested to see a Star Wars game from them.
Yeah, Star Wars in the vein of Uncharted would have been so cool.
Yeah.
Oh well, so sad. Too bad.
I guess I'll have to go back to the N64 Star Wars game, The Empire Strikes Back, to get my open world.
Gross.
That's a bad game. But yeah, I don't know. EA now has basically been the Grim Reaper of studios who have cool ideas. And they shut down the studio did Black. They shut down Criterion pretty much. There's probably not going to be another Burnout game for at least until they're like, we're out of ideas. And they'll make another Burnout game. But
well, I thought the problem with Criterion was like they were handed the keys to Need for Speed.
Yeah, but now they're like EA Ghost.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Like they got dissolved into something else. I don't know. It just seems like EA is now this large. Well, they were before, but they're this large syndicate corporation where like everything has to be smooth and fit into the right place in their business plan, and their games don't feel like they have any like love behind them anymore. Like I don't play any of EA's games lately and feel like, yeah, I know some people loved working on this game. Like it just seems like such a by the numbers checkbox type of experiences.
And maybe that's the company they need to be.
If that's the company they need to be, I understand. Like, I just wish other companies would stop being tempted by the big lump sum payout to then have their company be destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say. Like, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you know what? EA has a whole segment that I have no idea about, and that is sports games.
Yeah,
and like,
but even sports games now, I've been reading up on the communities there, and they're just like, yeah, these games are basically the same every year, and like graphic updates now are such a minor thing. That people are getting frustrated, like the Madden, the FIFA, like they are getting frustrated just like paying basically for a roster update.
But that's the thing, people still pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? And so when EI sees that, like just being like, if you're just gonna be the business end, you're like, well, I'm not putting much money into this. It still comes back giving us so much. Why are resources spent here?
Yeah. It's also the whole thing of, in a lot of the sports situations, EA is the only option.
Yeah.
Like, I think they have the exclusive NFL license. They
Yep.
have the exclusive NHL license,
Mhm.
right? It's, how can you take away a monopoly? How can you fight someone when they hold all the cards?
Yeah.
Right? I can't win at a poker hand if you hold the deck.
Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, yeah, it sucks that it's happening, but that's just I guess that's
Yeah.
just the way the cookie crumbles.
It's starting to make me think more of where I spend my money. So in a completely different sense, like I've been shopping around for a new phone.
Yeah.
Right. And so what I've decided to go with is eventually I'm going to go with the essential phone.
Mm.
It's Andy Rubin, I think is his name, one of the creators of Android.
Yeah.
And he has it, while I read reviews and they're like, so this is like a really great phone with a lot of great ideas, but it doesn't have some of the features. But the thing I like the most is like there's no branding on the phone. There's no no bloatware, that kind of stuff. And I think like even though like maybe some of the features from the Google Pixel or from the S8 won't be in this phone, I would rather spend my money on something fresh, new, like that's doing something cool than to just buy this like tried and true by the numbers product.
Right.
And it's starting to like leak over into other aspects of my purchasing decisions. Like from something as minute down to like where I want to eat lunch.
Really?
Yeah, to where like, okay, like I could go to Wendy's
Mhm.
or I could go to, I don't know, New York Fries.
Mm.
But why go there if I can just like go to a local store or like go to the farmer's market and do stuff like that? Like people who feel like they care more, right? And I have these options. So some people don't, and I totally understand that. But I don't know, like especially the EA started thing made me start thinking like maybe I should start thinking about where I put my money and then voting with my wallet, because apparently like they're not listening to like critic reviews or enthusiast reviews and stuff like that. They're listening to capital. They're listening to what makes those sales. So I'm gonna stop spending money on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair. No, totally. I support that idea. Definitely, if you have the option to, go with your wallet, you might as well do it, right? Because I don't know. That said, I'm still gonna buy the next iPhone.
God damn it!
Wait till you can unlock my phone with my face.
Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, so those are kind of my only picks. My coworker's been talking about The Walking Dead season 8.
So have mine.
Yeah, apparently they didn't like the latest episode.
I heard that it was the least viewed episode since, I believe, season 2.
It's the 8th season.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I think the drop off is finally happening.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go season 9. I think it's gonna be the drop off, depending on how sharp the drop off is. I can see them finishing season 8 and then maybe finishing it off with a season 9.
You think they'll go a full season 9? I think they would just do like a couple episodes,
like a half season.
Yeah,
I can see the very maximum amount of the time this show going is 10 seasons.
Okay,
they'll hit the 10 season mark and they'll end it at 10. But that's like if they don't pick it up, because apparently the show is not so hot.
Well, I haven't doing watched gangbusters.
Yeah, I still haven't watched in season 4. So
yeah, I haven't watched in season 5, but I will catch up because, believe it or not, no one in my office watches Game of Thrones.
Really?
Nobody.
Wow. Well, I don't watch it either.
I know, but I'm sure you've heard some people talk about it.
Oh, yeah, people talk about it, Game of Thrones in my office all the time, and I just pick on them for it.
Yeah, and I was like, they're like, what do you watch, Vince? The Game of Thrones? They're like, oh. And I'm like, what do you mean, oh? What do you mean, what?
What do you mean, oh?
And they're like, we're Walking Dead fans. Yeah, I'm like, fuck this place.
It's my 2 weeks resignation. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's Anthony. What did you watch this week? Nothing. I played some hot new games. Like, and they're like, oh, okay.
I got the same problem. No one plays video games.
Yeah.
I said I play Overwatch, and they're like, oh, who do you watch?
The answer is May.
Fuck, I was like, I didn't know how to respond. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, what the?
I'm like,
it sounded like such a genuine question.
It was, because they had no clue, and I'm like, oh, fuck me.
Yeah, I don't know how I would respond in that situation either.
Yeah, welcome to being an adult.
Gross.
Anyway, speaking of life and the week that's gone by, I bought stuff. Okay,
what?
I bought a turbo trainer for my bicycle.
Oh,
because it's getting
okay.
cold, right? Turbo train, if you guys don't know, it basically turns your outdoor bike into an indoor bike. You basically buy a giant flywheel.
You put it on a mount.
Yeah, and then the flywheel touches your tire and it creates resistance, and you cycle in a stationary spot indoors
Mhm.
for as long as you want, mindlessly. Or you could do some training regime. So I did that. The one I bought was pretty cool because it has lost resistance and it simulates. Unlike when you go to the gym and you find a stationary bike,
It's just solid.
yeah, you're not. Mine is not. Doesn't give you the completely bolted in feel.
Okay.
So the bike has a little bit of sway side to side. So it tries to emulate road feel, like what it feels like when you're pedaling through and the bike is leaning
That's
ever so
alright.
slightly left to right, even in
Okay.
a straight line. So it's fun stuff. Um, it's one of those things that like the hardest part about riding indoors I found is it's the mental side, not the physical side.
Okay.
In the sense that I think my body and my mindset is so used to experiencing a certain thing when I hop on my bicycle that when I don't get that feedback, it's just
Is
weird.
it like stuff whizzing by you type of thing? Or
No wind.
oh, okay.
Like I don't have any wind.
Get a fan.
So I'm gonna have to do that. So there's no wind. There's no change of scenery.
Mhm.
There's no inertia. But my
Oh,
body
yeah.
thinks there's inertia.
Oh, weird.
So I'll make a slight adjustment, but it's like either I adjust it too much or too little because I think that I'm moving forward, but I'm not.
Yeah.
When I close my eyes, it's almost like I am riding, but then reality sets in. I'm like I'm not. So maybe it's something I have to get used to.
Mhm.
I've so far used it to just listen to podcasts for like an hour and a half, and that's been fun. But I'm thinking I'm gonna try and watch more shows. I don't think I can watch anime as much as I would like to.
Yeah, reading subs and riding the bike sounds tough.
Yeah, so reading the subs is hard, but the thing is, uh, you sweat so much. Without the wind, the heat builds up fast,
Yeah.
and sweat gets into my eyes,
Oh.
and I can't really like. I'm constantly wiping my
That's
face
what
down.
eyebrows are for.
Yeah, it doesn't. I sweat too much.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely try that. But yeah, no, it's really cool because I think I'm actually working harder than I would just pedaling normally outside.
Okay.
Because I think there's nowhere to hide. Like I can't just coast
Yeah, like
around.
no one's looking. Like,
Yeah. Or like there's like I do this thing when I'm on my bike. They're called junk miles where I'm only pedaling enough to propel myself, but not enough to really call it a workout.
okay.
And I do that a lot. Uh but on the trainer, I can't do that because I know
Oh, it'll just stop.
it just stops and it's like 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 the way I have it set up is there's no such thing as coasting.
Okay.
It's you're gonna pedal or you're not.
Or you're gonna be standing still.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's cool. The reason I bought it is because this year when I picked up cycling again in the spring, after having not done it all winter, I found out like I had lost all my form,
Mhm.
and when I joined all the back to my groups and stuff,
They're all like, yo, Vince.
they were just fucking lightning,
Okay.
and I was like, oh no. So hopefully I'll be able to maintain my form for the spring,
Okay.
which seems like fucking miles away, eternities away.
It's months away.
It's like half a year away.
Mm-hmm.
It's saddening. So that's that. On the video game front, I got on a real racing mood. I was watching videos of Gran Turismo Sport, and I really wanted to play that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw Project Cars 2. I wanted to play that. And then I remember that F1 2017 is a thing. So I found out they had a trial.
Oh.
It just like download the whole game and play for like 5 hours.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I did that. That is definitely Formula 1 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Best F1 game to date. They have really improved the career mode in the sense that there is a lot of stuff to do. They've almost RPG'd it up in the sense that there's branching upgrade paths and trees for your car.
Okay.
Like so much so that you're okay. I think development of your car throughout the season happens, but it's like there's four main things. I think there's like engine, chassis, aero, something else. I can't remember.
Okay.
Anyways, there's four main trees. Each of those trees have like 50 different upgrades you could do.
Oh wow.
You can't get them all in a single season. And the way you get points is you know how Formula 1 has practice sessions before the race?
Mm-hmm.
So in previous Formula 1 games, in those three practice sessions, they just existed.
Just free to do if you felt like it?
Yeah. Now what they've said is each practice session has a specific program you can go through. And depending on how well you complete these programs, and a lot of them are like, uh, the first one says, learn the track. So it puts check marks around the track, get through all of it, like hit all the
Without
apexes.
crashing.
Yeah, and do it, and within a certain time limit.
Mhm.
Another one is like, oh, today we're gonna learn tire saving. So you gotta make sure your tires stay in the zone, like in terms of they don't wear, but you gotta still reach a certain time limit. And they do the same thing with fuel, practicing your qualifying pace, race pace, all that. They have all these like little minute different racing strategies for you to do, and they're so hard. They are fucking hard to
Is it
do.
like Gran Turismo Gold license hard?
It is, but like in the Gran Turismo license, you have like one corner or you have one section.
Okay.
This is like do 8 consistency laps while you have to manage this
Oh,
skill.
and then when you're at the end of the 8th lap, you're like, I didn't make it.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
like
reset.
sorry. Yeah.
That's rough.
It's grueling. They one of my biggest complaints with the AI in previous F1 games is like they go from hard to legend,
Yeah.
and I wish there was something in between.
Okay.
So now they're just like there's a slider that goes from 0 to 100 and then an extra 10% above that in case you're feeling a macho.
Okay.
So you could just put it anywhere in there. So it's really cool. They brought back classic cars so you could drive all these old fast Formula 1 cars, which is really neat. It is just like as a package, if you're a Formula 1 fan, I cannot see why you wouldn't buy this game. It's just the amount of detail and the thought they put into it is real cool. Like when how when you're watching Formula 1 and you see the steering wheel and they have all those buttons?
Mhm.
They've almost made it so that all those buttons are in the game. There are not enough buttons on the PS4 controller to do everything in the race.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've had to I had to give up certain functions just to make sure I can.
So if you got a steering wheel with all those buttons,
You could
could
do
you?
everything.
That's cool.
Like it's minute things where it's like I'm driving, but I need to change my fuel mix. Okay, that's fine. I need to change my brake bias or
Like
just
on the
whatever.
fly.
Like on the fly as you're driving. Like when you're
Wow.
watching Formula 1 drivers, they do it. They have all these buttons and you can see them change it
Yeah.
on their dash. They've done that for the game. But if you have a controller, even though the game feels great on a controller, if you set all like the assists off and you put it to the max, basically if you put it on pro career mode, which is what I did, it's you have to give up certain aspects of the game. So like I took off the ability to change the camera, I took off the ability to use voice. You could talk to your driver
Oh.
and you could ask him like you could ask him questions and he'll give you feedback.
Weird.
But to do that you have to hit like a voice record button. So I took that off. I took the ability to look sideways. Yeah. So there's a lot of things you could do. Like it's real good. Yeah. I think I'm gonna buy it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be your racing game of choice.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, yeah. But yeah, that's it for my week. Pretty I don't know. Going fast.
Well, guess what, Vince? I was also in a racing mood.
Oh!
And I
Oh
bought
yeah, you
a-
said you bought a racing
I
game.
bought a racing game.
I'll be the judge of that.
I bought Dirt Rally.
Ooh, was it on sale?
It was on sale on Steam. And I was like, oh, I have a computer that can run this now. So I think it was like $25.
Nice.
And that game is not joking around when it comes to rally.
I heard it was tough.
This is probably the toughest Dirt game I've played. Dirt usually strikes this great balance between sim and arcade.
Yeah.
And where like if you wanted it to, you can put it pretty sim. But this is just like, no, check this out. This is rally. If you're not ready to like commit, this game is not for you.
Yeah.
So I've been playing with the Xbox controller, and even from the first career race, I can already feel like I bet I could do way better with a steering wheel.
Yeah.
Like it is one of those racing games.
I know what you mean.
So it's pretty bare bones. You have a bunch of rally tracks. You have a bunch of different rally cars from different eras. You start out with a car from the 1970s, and you kind of
What car do you start out with?
It's one of 3 cars from the 70s, and like you pick like kind of
what did you pick?
I forget what.
Okay, you didn't choose the Alpha, huh?
Huh?
You didn't choose the Alpha.
No, I did not choose the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, okay.
But you get a choice of 3 different cars. Those cars are very low in horsepower, so it gets you kind of used to the game. And then you see all the like the Grand Touring cars and like all this crazy stuff, right? You get the hatchbacks with the mud flaps. You get all that later on. And the game tries to teach you with the basics, like they have a bunch of difficulty modifiers.
Yeah.
So the more manual controls you take, the more assists you turn off, the bigger your money multiplier will be
Nice.
when you do stuff. So it rewards you for playing it like a sim. So far I've done like I've taken off brake assist, I've taken off traction control, and like some of the basic stuff. I've left a couple things on. Like I'm not used to doing manual gear shifting
Yep.
on a controller yet. And you could do like you can do so manual, you can do shiftronic where it clutches for you. You can do it with clutch independent as a second button.
That sucks on a controller.
Yeah, it sucks on a
Yeah.
controller. And so I just put it straight to automatic
Mhm.
just to get used to the game. And the one thing I didn't realize, it's manual handbrake start.
Oh.
So during the start of the race, you can have it so that you can rev your engine like
Mhm.
and you just go vroom, 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 vroom,
Yeah.
and then when it goes you can go.
Yeah.
But if you want the fastest starts, you manually hold that handbrake button
Yeah.
and you're revving and you're revving.
Yeah.
And as soon as it goes go, then you let go cuz
Yeah.
like you can kind of
Oh,
like maybe
fuck.
cheat the system a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And get a little bit out ahead
Yeah.
and where they don't notice. So like if you want the fastest starts, you got to do even
Damn.
the start manual.
I was gonna say, you know what? I forgot to say, F1 2017 has that, but beyond the start, they have the formation lap.
No way.
You know when like they go out and you gotta go like warm
You
up your
can drive.
brakes.
You can drive the
Yeah,
formation lap.
you drive the formation lap. You have to line up at the grid and then to say, okay, hold both clutches
That's pretty cool.
and then go.
That's
And it is fucking difficult. I have not overtaken anyone off the start.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, the rally's a little different for people who don't know how rally works. Rally is more of a time trial than a race. It is still a race, but you're racing against other people's times. You're not racing head to head against other people.
Yeah, I mean,
You're on a dangerous track.
but wouldn't that be exciting?
That would be crazy. Yeah, you're on a pretty dangerous and narrow track,
Yeah.
but every time you go past a checkpoint, it's like, okay, well, the car in front of you finished it in this time.
Yeah, I
And
think like one way that I like to compare rally to people who don't really understand rally is think of Initial D. What if Initial D was on dirt?
yeah,
That's what rally is.
yeah, like I'm listening to Eurobeats while playing this game. I'm like,
Yeah.
it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Right, just learning how to whip my car around,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. The career mode is cool because again, it is pretty bare bones. It's not like there's a story or anything. It is like, hey man, you're an up and coming rally driver and you're fucking poor because you just started.
Yeah.
So here's a shitty 1970s car. Go hire a mechanic. Your mechanic will help you between stages and also between races, and then get better. Stop sucking, right? And so yeah, what you got to do is you got to get better. You go through normal. Right now, I completed about 2 or 3 races. I'm finishing around like 5th or 6th in the grid.
Yeah.
Which is around the middle. It's pretty good, but it's such a different feel than regular dirt games. Like you can still there's still like rally cross, some of the more modern events, but
Yep.
I don't know. In racing games, I've always been more attracted to the rally stuff. Like even in Gran Turismo, like all I really played was rally.
Exciting.
So now I'm playing this game. I'm like, man, I could see myself like getting a racing wheel for this game.
Yeah, I've always wanted a racing wheel.
It's pretty cool.
It's just the idea that if you buy the wheel, you're gonna want to buy the chair.
Yes, and in this game specifically, if I'm gonna buy the chair, I'm gonna want to buy the VR headset.
Oh,
because this game supports VR, so you can be in the cockpit looking back.
I was
and
going
forth.
to say, yeah, like Gran Turismo Sport supports VR, and I'm like, if there's anything that's gonna push me to get VR, it's going to be a racing game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I would love to like be in that racing chair with the wheel, doing the clutch. The one thing that this game has is if you're using an H style shifter.
Yeah.
They're like, please note that some of these cars have like all the way up to 7 or 8 gears.
Yeah.
So if your shifting controller only has like 6 gears, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's like opened an avenue.
Yeah. Damn.
But I really like that game. That game's super fun. I can see myself playing that for a long time.
Yeah, I've been meaning to pick that up because it constantly goes on sale on PlayStation 2. So
PlayStation 2?
4.
Man.
Yeah, 2. TOO.
Yeah. And then the other game I've been playing is a classic. I've been playing Wario Land.
Oh.
Super Mario Land 3 for the Game Boy.
Yes, it is on the Game
for the
Boy.
Game
I had this
Boy.
game.
Yeah, so I found it. It was like $5. I picked it up and I was like, I love Wario. I love Wario Land 3 on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, that game's sick. I love WarioWare because what those games are about is about getting hit, watching Wario turn into weird shit,
Yeah.
and then figuring out puzzles with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you get stomped on and Wario turns into a spring, or you get stung by a bee and then his face expands and you float like a balloon. And so that's kind of what I was expecting from Wario Land because I never actually played the original Wario Land, but it's not that. The original Wario Land is a platformer. It is get the coins, defeat enemies, shoulder charge into these mofo's. Find basically in each stage there is an ancient coin you gotta find, and then you have to spend that ancient coin at the exit. And it seems from the game that there are two different types of exits. There's a regular exit and there's a heart exit. I don't know how to get the heart exit yet, but I've gotten through the whole first world, and that game's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that game holds up as a platformer, especially something on the GBA. So it is a little simpler. It is much simpler, let's say. It is more complicated than say a Super Mario Bros. Original.
Yeah.
But not more complicated than say the second Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Bros. USA. Right, where you get all the power ups. You get 4 different characters. You get. I think that's the only one. That was the first one I've beaten. I didn't ever beat the original Super Mario Bros. I beat 2.
You never beat.
And I beat 3.
You never beat the original Super. What the hell?
I've never gotten to 8-4.
What?
Yeah, I get to 8-3 and I lose all my lives.
Oh, yeah. You suck.
And if I use all the warps, then I have less lives to work with.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So like right now on the Super Nintendo the Famicom Classic I have.
Yeah.
I've been using save states to practice speed running.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
So I'm able to get all the way to 8-1 without losing any lives, and then when I try and get through 8-1, I just eat shit, right? And it's really bad. I've gotten through a couple tricks. There's ones where if certain gaps in the floor are close enough, you can just run over them. So I got in that. That one's really easy. It's just hold B and forward. The other ones that are a little bit harder, I think they're in 4-1, where you can jump over piranha plants on a very specific angle to where your hurt box doesn't hit their hitbox.
But the animation still touches
But
them?
the animation, so I can do that now.
Okay, that's good.
And so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I can get to 8-1 pretty quick. As soon as I get to 8-1, everything falls apart. Like training wheels come off and I'm dead. So that's a whole ordeal. Going through it.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'm still doing the regular stuff. Still playing more Hollow Knight. That game's still good. I don't know. I went clubbing.
I watched a movie.
Oh, I did watch a movie. I forgot. I watched 2 movies. I watched Blade Runner.
Wait, you went clubbing?
Yeah, I went clubbing.
Oh god, how was
it? Was
that?
for a friend's birthday.
How was it?
So we hung out at someone's house, and then we're like, all right, cool, let's go clubbing. And they're like, nah, you know what we should do? Let's go karaoke. And we went karaoke, and that was pretty fun. But then they're like, let's still go clubbing. And we're like, we're going to get there at like 12:30. Like, it's over. Like, clubbing's done. We get there, it's 1 o'clock. Everything's closing.
Yeah.
And we're just like, so are we just going to stand here? And they're like, well, I guess we should just go to... It was super lame. Like, we should have just stayed at karaoke.
Okay.
It was really bad.
That's no fun.
It was no fun.
Okay.
So, yeah, I watched 2 movies. I watched Blade Runner.
The original,
and I watched Blade Runner 2049.
The question is, did you watch Blade Runner 2019? Is
that a movie?
It's an anime.
Oh, no, I did not. I did not watch that.
It's by the guy who did Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, man, I should watch that then.
You should watch
that.
Complete it. That's amazing.
So, I don't know how you want me... Do you want me to... Like,
tell me what you thought about first Blade Runner.
So, first Blade Runner...
The original. Wait, which cut did you watch?
I watched the final cut.
Okay.
The final, the one that people said you should watch.
Okay.
Because there's the original cut, then there's the director's cut, there's something else, and there's the final cut.
I watched the original cut.
Okay, I watched the final cut.
Okay. I
think that movie still holds up in terms of storytelling and science fiction and stuff like that. It has not aged well in terms of effects.
No.
Especially just because it's so old.
No.
And there's a couple things about it that are really cheesy and don't seem very haunting anymore.
Yeah.
Specifically a couple action scenes near the end. But Harrison Ford plays, I think is it Rick Deckard?
Uh, Deckard Cain.
It's not Deckard Cain. Deckard Cain is from Diablo. He's the old guy from Diablo.
Yeah, I just know it's Deckard.
Yeah, so he plays Deckard. He is a Blade Runner. And in the far-flung future of 2020...
Fuck, I wish that was my job title.
He's a Blade Runner. In the far-flung future of 2020, there are these robots called replicants.
Yeah.
And replicants are basically indistinguishable from humans. But because they're robots, they're infinitely stronger.
Yes.
So they are very useful for slave labor.
Mm.
But some models have gained a sort of humanity. So a Blade Runner has to find these replicants who have kind of veered off the slave labor path and wanted to live their own life and retire them. And by retire them, it means murder them. And so Deckard's the best in the business. He's retired, he's out, but like some other replicants came out, no one else can get him. Deckard, I need you back in the Force. You're the only one who can get the job done, Deckard. Like it's pretty much how the movie starts. And going through it, like you kind of it plays with what does humanity mean? Like just because you're a flesh and blood human, does that make you a human?
Yep.
Can other things be human? If a robot became self-aware, knew like say they had implanted memories, they thought they had a childhood, all this stuff. Are they human? Are they basically human? Do you still think they're an abomination? Can they live out their life in peace if they feel like it? Are they this weird thing that needs to be murdered? Right? And it plays with all these, like, what does it mean to be human questions. It's really interesting. Yeah, again, where the movie kind of falls apart is just a lot of the acting is very cheesy. Yeah. A lot of the effects are now considered very cheesy just because of the way technology advances. But I still think the overall story is super solid. Yeah. Right. From that, we go into Blade Runner 2049. Yeah. It's about a couple of years into the future.
Before you go into this, at the end of Blade Runner, I'm going to ask you the question. Is Deckard a replicant?
I think yes.
Okay.
Because this is the one thing about the original Blade Runner that I really enjoyed. Yeah. Is that it really respected its audience. Where the movie asks you a question, it doesn't then answer it immediately, if at all. Yeah. It allows you to make certain guesses and like allow you to have your own fun with the movie, right? So like the whole question is Deckard a replicant? Like, is he? Is he?
Who can say?
Is he?
Who can say?
Okay. Well, the next movie can.
Okay. Oh, really? Shit.
So the Blade Runner 2049 takes place X amount of years into the future. Yeah. We have Ryan Gosling. He is
fucking jacket, man.
That jacket is fucking awesome. Yeah. So he's got this cool like trench coat jacket going on, and it's got like this fur lining. Yeah. But what it does in the movie, I don't know if it showed it in the trailers, is that fur lining zips up. And it's like a hood for your face. It's like a scarf. No. It's super cool.
It's like that guy in Kill la Kill.
It's like that guy in Kill la Kill, or the guy in My Hero. The genist guy. Yeah. It comes up to his nose, and it's like a built-in scarf. It's a cool jacket.
That's anime as fuck.
I want it. Yeah, that's a cool jacket.
Thing is, Anthony, that's a jacket only Ryan Gosling can pull off.
I can pull off that jacket.
Oh, you are no right.
I'm close enough.
No,
close enough. No. I'm white. He's white. It's basically or tomato.
He doesn't have a beard.
I can shave.
But would you?
I'm gonna shave soon, actually.
Oh, for a thing? Okay.
Because I hate that thing, so I'm gonna shave it.
Okay.
So yeah, like I could pull it off. I think it's a cool jacket. I could do it.
Fuck off. No, you can't.
Yeah, that's the highlight of that movie. That jacket.
That's why I want to go watch it.
And they actually mentioned the jacket a bunch in the movie too. They're like,
well, that's a fucking cool jacket.
It's a cool jacket. So he's a cop. He works for the I think it's the LAPD.
Future
LAPD. And he is a Blade Runner. Yeah. Right. But the thing is here is that he knows he is a replicant. So they are using replicants, quote unquote, skin jobs to get other replicants, right? Because they are newer models, they are not prone to falling from the line of duty, and they will do what is asked of them, and they will never
Question.
question, right?
Hmm.
And then as the movie continues, it plays with that notion.
That's a cool premise
Yeah,
then.
it plays
Oh.
with that notion of, are humans human? What does
Oh.
it mean to be human? Can a robot be human?
Oh.
There's other weird things like, can you fall in love with a robot?
Interesting.
Like, can't
I sure can.
even further from that, can you fall in love with a hologram? Right? It like, these are kind of slight spoilers,
Yeah.
but
Those are the themes of the
it's
movie.
the themes of the movie,
Okay.
right? So
That sounds cool.
if you want to talk about it, there are kind of things like, I gotta slightly spoil you on.
Okay, no, because I want to watch it still.
Yeah, I'm not gonna continue. Um, the story beats that they hit with this movie are fucking fun.
Okay.
Like, they're fun to think about. They're fun to
Okay.
think. The only difference between this movie, though, and the original Blade Runner is, I don't feel that this movie respects its audience as much as the original Blade Runner.
Uh-huh.
Where, again, Blade Runner is like, it leaves that open-ended question, like, is Deckard a replicant? Like, what happens? Like, and it lets you play with a bunch of different stuff. This movie, it has some like, it has a great thing of, you never know which characters are expendable, which characters will do certain things and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But also, like, the really good thing I like about it is that not every single storyline has to be wrapped with a bow.
Yeah.
Right? Where I feel in most modern storytelling, when you meet a character, you A, have to learn every single fucking thing about them, and B, every time, if they're introduced in the story, their storyline needs to end before the movie ends. And it doesn't matter how minor the character, it has like a Metal Gear Solid 5 syndrome. No,
Mm.
sorry, 4 syndrome, where everything just needs to have a nice little bow on it, and everything needs to be
Mm-hmm.
finished, right? And this movie doesn't do that, and it's fantastic. The other thing is, though, any sort of main story beats, the movie is really sure to make sure you know what is happening. They will have characters with certain lines of dialogue that are basically for people who didn't understand the visual cues.
Yeah.
That are just like, okay, here's me saying what happened, right? And it's just to reaffirm the audience of what is going on, so you're never lost.
Okay.
And I feel it's kind of, I don't know, in a movie and in a topic that tries to play with these deep philosophical questions, I feel it's kind of shitty that you wouldn't trust the audience to make their own conclusions,
Mm.
or to understand what you did in a visual sense. Like, the whole point of a movie, in my eyes, is to tell a story through your visuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the dialogue is plays a part, but in some cases it's basically a secondary.
Yeah.
Where in a book, dialogue should be probably number one,
Mhm.
because you're reading it, right?
Mm.
And then video games should be gameplay and blah blah blah. So that was kind of disappointing, but the runtime of this movie is almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
It
That's
did
why
not.
I haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet.
it did not feel like 3 hours.
Okay.
Though I do recommend, if you are to see it, try and find an IMAX screening. It was worth it to see it in IMAX. They did film it with IMAX cameras, so there's literally more to see in a scene
Yeah.
than if you didn't see it in IMAX. And also, just like, the soundtrack is just so fantastic. It's these great, like, post-dystopian soundscapes, and a lot of futuristic sounds. Like, I don't want to say it's Hans Zimmer-esque, but there is a lot of, like, loud noises and horns in certain ways that it plays with sound to amplify a situation,
Cool.
right? And they almost, actually, you know what? They always nail it with that kind of stuff. And visually, this is gorgeous. Like, I can see this future this future California being like, this is what advertisements are going to be.
Oh.
Right? Like, there is going to be a holographic girl being like, hey baby, you look lonely, as you're walking down the street, and she'll look at you and she'll be like, how about you buy me, and then we can have fun. Right? That kind of stuff.
Ooh, I'm tempted.
It's exactly right. How tempted are you? So it's pretty cool.
Neat.
The movie plays with a lot of different ideas, and it probably has one of the most satisfying endings of a movie I've seen, maybe like past 3 years, 4 years.
Cool.
It's fantastic. Um, it's kind of, I don't know if it edges out Baby Driver for my favorite
Movie this year?
movie this year, but it's definitely a contender, and it's probably something I'll need to think about before award shows happen. But right now, but the thing is, they're completely different movies, right? One is this like fun popcorn action film that's also like a cheesy Hollywood love story. The other one is, hey man, think about your humanity and where the future is going.
Did you walk out feeling depressed?
Um,
Were you like, fuck, man, what is life?
a little bit. To be on the way home, I listened to a lot of Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Okay.
Right. Also, I was just like, it opened up a lot of. So I went by myself.
Yeah.
This was. I really wish I saw it with someone so I
Yeah.
could have that immediate out of the theater discussion.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie's great. That's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a solid 5 for me.
Okay. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'll try and check it out.
Yeah. Then other than the movie, that's pretty much it.
All right then. I guess that's also it for the show.
Yeah.
Next week, Halloween.
It is.
We said that.
Spooky.
Have fun out there.
Be safe
and be naughty.
If someone gives you an apple, don't
bite it.
Don't bite it. Yeah, just throw it out.
Mm-hmm. If you go for Devil's Night,
don't egg my house or I'll kill you.
Yeah.
No, I won't actually. It's kind of a heavy threat. I'm gonna be very disappointed as I clean eggs off my garage.
I will say, be careful which house you decide to vandalize.
Ooh, smart.
Be very careful.
Very vague. Good stuff.
You never know what consequences may arise.
Did you ever go out on Devil's Night and egg houses?
I never egged a house.
Oh.
But I did go on Devil's Night.
I egged a backyard once.
How's that?
So I was with 2 other people, who I wouldn't say they're friends, but I would say they're acquaintances.
Yeah.
And we ate the house, and then their football star son hopped the fence and chased us down. Caught one of our friends. And then what was it? He came back later and he's like, hey, so they said that if you guys come back, they won't report me to the cops. Can you come back? So we went back to the house.
They reported you all?
No, they didn't report any of us. But the thing was, they asked us for our information. And so my another acquaintance went and he told them his real house information. I'm like, you're all fucking idiots. Right? And I just told them fake information. Yeah. I was like, my name is not my name and my address is not my address. And they all just looked at me like, I'm allowed to lie in this situation? What the fuck? I'm like, yeah, they don't know. Right? And so I was like, my name was Johnny. Like, I don't remember.
My name is Johnny Young Bosch.
Yeah, my name is Johnny Young Bosch. I live in whatever, Los Angeles. Yeah. Go to X high school. Yeah, like I just use completely fake information. And then afterwards they're like, God damn it, why didn't I think of that? Like, 'cause you're all dumb. Like
damn.
So yeah, it's the whole thing.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Great. Mind of criminal. And on that note, it's time to end the show. Bye guys. Next week. See you there.
If only I had the balls to be a criminal.